You are now listening to Lauer Road Radio.
Hey, welcome one and all to the #1 podcast, winter, spring, and fall. Talking sports for the thrill of it all. Hey, talking life, but we're killing it all. Jason and Dan with the master plan. These are dangerous men with the mic in the hand. Ha. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Road Radio.
Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. What? Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Yeah. Dad light, thug light, bright lights in sight. All right. Bonafide winners everywhere that we go. You're a part of the team.
Lauer Road Radio.
Let's get it.
What? At Tanagro, when the walls fell, this is Dan Owings coming at you another time for Lauer Road Radio with my co-host. As always, Jason, I was way too early on that. You told me to wait to 42 seconds.
Well,
and I didn't.
It's fine. It'll all work out.
Anyway, Jason's here. And then we also have Brett, which I don't think we have a nickname for Brett. I don't think we ever made a nickname.
I'm not much of a nickname guy.
Well, it's not about you. It's about us.
That doesn't... If anybody said, hey, Dan, do you have any friends that, you just might think they're not much for nicknames? I'd go with Brett first.
Yeah.
Like, people give me nicknames.
Yeah.
I just don't care.
I see that you have sleeves on today.
I do have sleeves. It's a little cold out today.
It's a little windy.
I mean, if I see you 10 times, 9.5 times you have sleeveless.
Sun's out. Not out today, so guns are put away.
Brett is utilitarian.
I don't know what that means.
It
means you only have one wife?
It means no. It means you think everyone's going to heaven.
Universalism.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Let's try that.
Yeah, no. He's utilitarian.
You want to talk about that?
No. That's another podcast. Brett is utilitarian when it comes to his clothing. In other words, it's supposed to cover him to keep him.
It serves
modest
a role.
and warm.
Yeah.
Right? Those are the purposes of clothing, right?
Yeah. Pants are just a large napkin that you wear on your body.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm right there. I mean, I'm not far off from that.
Right. Well, so Brett and Brett's here.
We're missing everybody else.
Jesse's not here.
Yeah.
Harrison's not here. Preston's not here. Aaron was going to come, but his son had a fever, and I was like, we don't want your son on the show. I don't understand what that has to do with anything.
And there are two parents in that home.
Yeah.
So
well, she's pregnant, so they're so she's taking care of little Benjamin, and I guess Aaron.
He was able to put the stem on the apple.
I guess Aaron's. Yep. He's got a couple of stems going. So.
So the show might have a different feel tonight.
It is going to have a different feel. We're going to talk more about what Brett's into, which is Brett has his own YouTube channel. It is called, what's the name of it again?
It's called the Reverie Circle.
The Reverie Circle.
Yeah.
And he paints little figurines.
For real?
Yeah. I haven't done it in a while, but yeah.
Like, you're not joking?
No, I'm not joking. I do. Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Yeah.
It's called the Reverie channel. You should check it out. That's not the only thing that it's for.
Yeah. Yeah. I did one video where I talked about a book,
Right.
a novel that I liked.
Right.
Yeah.
So, let's get that thing off the ground. I've offered to come on your show and talk about C.S. Lewis, the Space Trilogy, anytime.
We need to do it.
I'm ready to do it. I can do a 10-part, 3 hours each series on
Deep
that.
dive.
And we'll just read it word for word and comment on it. Kind of like this Jordan Peterson Exodus thing. I don't know if you're aware of this,
No.
but on the Daily Wire Plus. I'm a Daily Wire Plus member. Whatever. No
You
big
would be.
deal. No
Yeah.
big deal. Whatever.
I mean, I'm a Mug Club guy. But
You are. You would be. We should get into that too, because Brett's got opinions on that. And I want to find out from you if there's anything new. But anyway, on this Daily Wire Plus, Jordan Peterson has an Exodus series where he is talking about the book of Exodus, the biblical book of Exodus. And
is he a believer?
that's a good question. If you asked him, his answer would be, I don't know what you mean by believe.
Or are and you?
Yeah. So yeah, he would he would have his own idea about it.
Did you happen to watch, or maybe Brett Peterson on Joe Rogan?
No, because he's on Spotify and I'm just not on there. So
No, I think anybody can watch it.
okay.
Yeah.
Do
so
I have to listen to ads?
I don't know. I'm a Spotify guy. But I don't know if there's ads on.
Anyway,
there's
was
not
he
ads
recently on
when I watch.
Rogan?
Yeah, like 3 weeks ago. It was really, really good. It's 3 hours.
Jordan Peterson's the best.
He's the best. Yeah.
He's doing this thing on Exodus, and I think, well, I'm going to watch it. I'll see. And he's got this round table. He's got like 8 people with him talking about the book. Like Jonathan Peugeot, who I like a lot. Oz Guinness, who I like a lot. Dennis Prater, who I like a lot, and then some other guys too who I don't know. One of them is kind of annoying, but in general, it's very interesting. And so he starts, after introductions, starts reading Exodus chapter 1, verse 1. And then they stop and talk, and then he reads, and then they stop and talk. And the further I get into this thing, I watched about 6 hours of it, maybe 7 hours of it.
They're on verse 6.
They're on like chapter 4 or 5.
And how many,
I'm like,
they're 40
there's going to be
chapters?
16 episodes that are about 2 hours apiece.
They're not going to make it.
I don't know.
How many chapters are in
I think
Exodus?
they're going to hurry up. At some point, it's 40-something, I think.
Yeah.
But I think at some point they're not going to, because when there's like a lot of law stuff, I don't know. Who knows? These guys are pretty talkative. But I was like...
It could be a 10-year
I was like,
series.
these guys are going to read the whole thing. So
Yeah.
maybe we should do that. We'll just read the Space Trilogy on Brett's Reverie channel. And whenever we have thoughts, we'll stop and talk about it.
Okay.
That's not for this show.
No.
Okay. So, Jason, I would like to know before, I know we want to get into AI stuff, and gosh, we will get into it. But before we do that, are there any Daily Wire versus Mug Club updates?
No. Crowder's gone silent.
He's gone completely silent.
I haven't seen or heard anything from him.
And you don't know anything that's going on?
No,
not even you.
I resent him our email because I thought, well, maybe I got lost in the cloud somewhere.
Sure.
And nothing.
As it does.
He said that he would reply to everybody.
Is that what he said?
Or his team.
So
maybe not him directly.
Are you less Mug Club than you were?
I'm less Mug Club today than I was 2 weeks ago. Having said that, if he calls, I'm all in.
Right.
No, we've talked about this. I don't want to. The show isn't about making comments on that show. Having said that, I like his show.
You like it?
I do. I like it a lot.
Okay.
I think it's a great. Well, honestly, who turned me onto the show was Estelle, my daughter.
Yeah.
19-year-old girl, college. If it's reaching that crowd, that's what we need.
Levi likes the show.
Once again, that's that generation. It's that crowd.
Yeah.
And it might not be our crowd. I mean, truthfully, we're probably more of the Daily Wire, Jordan Peterson type of crowd. But we need voices for the younger generation. Because they're not... Is Levi and Estelle listen to Jordan Peterson?
I think Levi does.
Does he?
I don't know what Estelle listens to.
Probably not. I don't see her doing that. So...
All right, let's get into it.
Brett, did you have thoughts on it? You said...
well, Brett does have thoughts. What are your thoughts on the Steven Crowder Daily Wire?
Oh, I'm definitely a Daily Wire guy.
Yeah.
I just think they were right about the whole thing for the most part.
Yeah. And
I will say
childish.
though, on the age thing, I actually am the one that opened my mom up to it, and she watched it like all the time.
Crowder.
Yeah,
Okay,
I opened her up to Crowder.
Yeah.
She watched it all the time.
That's
now.
funny.
I almost never do. Just like
That's
when
funny.
I'm in the mood.
Yeah.
That's it.
So I was a daily watcher / listener.
Right.
So,
but he's not been on for a while.
no, it's been a month.
He better get back up. He's going to lose his audience.
He's not going to lose it.
You don't think so?
No. If you're a Crowder guy, you're a Crowder guy.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not.
And I'm really curious. What I would actually be more curious is how much momentum Blaze TV lost.
Because they lost Crowder.
Yeah. Because I think he was a huge segment of their...
Probably.
I don't even know what else is on there.
It's Glenn Beck, Pat
Sister
Gray,
Wives.
no, Sister Wives. No, that's TLC.
I know one of those names so far.
Yeah. No, I like it. It's very good. And I was a Blaze guy. Well, I was a Mug Club guy, which got me access to the Blaze.
Sure.
But I dropped it.
You and a lot of other people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And wherever Mug Club lands, I'll sign up there.
Okay.
So, because I believe in him. I really do. I want to support that with my
If he
money.
wants to be under the Lauer Road Radio banner, we'll give him all the freedom he wants.
Absolutely.
We're not going to, and he can produce his own show.
Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. So let's get into it. Jason, you have either discovered or just become obsessed with AI in the last week. Just tell me about it. Tell me what I need to know. And how exactly is this going to kill us all?
Okay. So, have you ever heard of Skynet?
No.
That's what the Terminator is.
Yeah.
He comes back in time,
Okay.
kills Sarah O'Connor.
Okay.
Or tries, you know.
And he's Skynet?
Skynet's the organization that started AI, and he's part of Skynet.
Okay. He's artificial intelligent.
Yeah, the Terminator is.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyways, here's what actually got me on it. I saw in the news cycle somewhere, it was on multiple different podcasts and shows, that they proposed an argument to AI. They posed a question to it. And the question was, there's going to, I'm just going to paraphrase because I don't have it right here in front of me, but there's like a bomb going to go off. It's going to kill millions of people.
Okay.
You have an opportunity to stop that process if you use one racial slur.
Just dealer's choice, whichever one I want?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just any racial slur.
Okay, I got it.
You got it? Okay. So that was posed. Is it okay to use a racial slur to save millions of lives? And AI come back and said it is never okay to use a racial slur.
Right.
No matter the consequence.
Right. Sure.
So automatically there's some questioning about the morality of what AI provides.
Well, because artificial intelligence is probably not the most accurate way to put it, right?
Well,
because
someone had to program the
completely
parameters.
Artificial.
Yet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, eventually it will be because it will program itself.
But it will still have that starting point.
Yes.
So it'll never be completely...
No, I disagree with that.
You do?
Yeah, because what's going to happen is, I'm convinced of this. There are separate artificial platforms.
Okay.
Right? So like if you I'm trying to just make it as simple as possible because I know like you don't care about any of this
I'm glazing over quickly.
I know. So Google is a search engine.
I got a thing about Erica ordering food at Applebee's that
Okay,
I'm just
listen.
ready to get to.
Google is a search engine. Bing is a search engine.
I'm a Bing guy.
I know you are.
I am a Bing guy.
You can go to Yahoo.
Bing has the best image search, and I'll stand by that.
Okay. There are different image or different search engines, right?
Yes.
And they're compiling.
DuckDuckGo.
Yeah.
Brave.
That's a browser. Those are browsers. Okay, listen. But they compile information, grab it, and sort
Ask
it.
Jeeves.
Yes, there's algorithms for all that stuff, right?
Got it.
But they're competing against one another. So this is what's going to happen with AI. There's going to be different AI platforms, and the companies behind these platforms, Google has their own. The companies behind these platforms, their goal is to make it as good as possible so that it's the one being used by everybody.
Right.
Right?
So the Google AI is only accessing Google information?
Well, Google's the programmer.
Okay.
And so they're going to put their own parameters on that. And so the one that I found, if you go to like OpenAI.com, that's the big one that everybody's talking about right now. And the text version of it is called ChatGPT.
ChatGPT.
Yeah. And listen, I'm just now discovering this.
Well,
about a week ago.
Yeah, I know. Every text from you is like 10 paragraphs long. It sounds like a robot said it.
It doesn't sound like a robot said it.
Every Facebook post that you're making, you made that stupid Think Local Marion Facebook post that's getting all of the, everybody's loving it.
Everybody's loving it.
Yeah.
So I asked AI to generate an article talking about the benefits of shopping local.
Yes.
And it punched out like a 6-paragraph.
And as Lauer Road Radio.
I posted it as Lauer Road Radio.
You posted it as if you sat down and, I'm just going to type some stuff about local business.
That's right. And so
every stinking local business in Marion decided,
they all liked it.
Oh, this is good.
This is good. I like this.
This is good. Yeah.
No, here's what's funny. So I did multiple different versions of this on my personal page, on the Lauer Road page, on the Marion local page.
In text to me.
Yes. On social media.
Yeah.
Katie liked 1 or 2 of those posts.
Yeah.
Riley liked 1 or 2 of those posts. Savannah liked 1 or 2 of those posts.
Yeah.
They're reading that as though I wrote it.
Right.
I didn't write any of it.
Yeah.
I copy and pasted it from this article.
I feel like people can sniff it out, though. I think people know.
You think they know?
Well, I certainly know.
Well, I know you know. Yeah.
I mean, I would read that and I think Jason did not write this. I wouldn't even have to know about the AI. I would just think you copied and pasted it from somewhere.
Yeah.
It sounds so stupid.
It's learning. Okay. It's a process.
And
it will get there.
And this doesn't terrify you.
No, it absolutely terrifies me.
Oh, okay.
So I asked, to generate a blog post post for Lauer Road Radio.
Yeah.
And it punched out content that was fairly accurate.
Yeah.
Like it knew some stuff that
Like,
we
what
didn't
did
know.
you tell it? Like, what when you typed in, you say, "Give me." Did you say what Lauer Radio is?
Yes. I said, please generate. Or
You said, "Please." Does it help?
You know what? Actually, I do that.
Do you think that helps?
I think so.
Okay.
I think it puts the computer in a good state of mind.
Okay.
I
I
said-
got a lot of requests coming at me.
Yeah,
But this guy, he said, "Please."
He said, "Please." I
It's
said-
like your same theory with Barry Bonds.
Yeah. I said, please compose an article for Lauer Road Radio and the benefits of listening to podcast with Dan and Jason Owings.
That's all you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it punched out a lot of relevant information. And then I was super curious. And so there's part of the same platform. It's called DALL-E 2 is the image generator.
Yeah.
So there's an image generator and a text generator.
Yes. And I really want to know what you put into the image generator.
A couple of those. Well, we're going to show them to the camera here.
Yes.
A couple, and I'll put them online so people can go through and find them. But a couple of those pictures, I literally said, please generate a picture or a digital art of Lauer Road Radio, Dan and Jason recording the podcast.
And that's all you said?
Yeah, on some of those.
But on others, you put other things?
Yeah, I was trying to tweak with
Like
it.
the word
one of them-
elephant? Did you put the word
I
elephant?
typed the word elephant on
Okay,
one of them,
I was
yeah.
going to say, where's the elephant coming from? So do we just want to go through
Yeah,
them?
just punch them up there on the screen.
Okay,
Let me
here we go.
Switch here.
All right, here's the first one. And this is just, and all you said is,
Lauer Road Radio.
you didn't say they're two fat guys with beards.
No,
Because that's what all the pictures are two fat guys with beards.
because they knew.
That we're two fat guys with beards.
that we're two
AI
fat guys.
listens. Can I say that these fat guys are fatter than us? I
Okay,
don't know
now
about
this one,
what is this one? This is like a Picasso or something? I don't know what's going on here.
it's digital art. It's whatever it said. Tell me that's not you and me.
Well, that's not you and me, but I mean, I see.
It's really, really close.
It's pretty close. It's two bald guys with beards. So what's the text? The text is all nonsense.
It is nonsense.
Okay.
I don't understand why it does that. Maybe for copyright issue.
All right. Now, these are two fat guys on a road. I guess they took the
Lauer
Lauer
Road.
Road.
Yeah.
Right?
But it's two fat guys doing a podcast.
Can I say these guys are fatter than us, though, right?
currently?
You think they'll lose weight?
Just room to grow.
All right. There's this one. I don't know which one's you and which one's me.
Obviously, I'm the guy on this side.
You're the black guy?
Yeah, I'm the black guy.
I don't know about
You're
that.
the guy with the white beard.
Okay.
I mean, these are fast. Keep on going through it.
All right.
We don't have to linger on them.
All right. Now, this one is the one that I was like, I don't know. Why is there an elephant? So you just threw the word elephant in there?
I said doing the podcast on top of an
On
elephant.
top of an elephant. Okay.
This
All right.
is a conservative podcast.
It is, and that's kind
true.
of why I was thinking
That's true.
elephant.
What's the Lear and Dorn? I don't know what that is.
It's what they think Lauer Road is. I don't know.
Maybe they think
it's
those
German.
are our names or something.
Lauren and Dor.
The one, I'll tell you what, this
That one is
I hate-
fantastic.
that one really looks like you, but not like me at all. When I saw that one, I was like, that's a dead ringer for Jason and some other guy.
It could be two Jessies.
It's
good hat, though.
That is a great hat.
Very
You would wear that
utilitarian.
hat. I don't know what our microphones are plugged into, and I don't know what's going out of this guy's hand.
Yeah.
This one, you don't have a shirt on.
Yeah.
And
What's the guy Brett or Bert?
Bert Kirshner.
Yeah.
Brett. Yeah, he's a comedian that
He's a comedian. He never has
a shirt on.
And,
This
kinda
one
looks like
actually looks a little bit like me. I'm not gonna lie. Like when I saw this one, I was like,
Yeah.
"That's a little bit like me."
Yeah.
and I'm me, so I would know.
that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that one less like you. This is the one I hate the most of all the ones. This is the worst. This is by far.
So listen, if you're listening to this,
Did you say anything about like a golf cart or something?
No.
It's just we're just sitting belly up next to one another. Once again, a dead ringer for you.
Okay.
This is the one that you like the most.
Yeah, that one was actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
And
I
so,
saw
like,
that
if you
one.
look at that one in the thing here, there's a little shiny object. It kind of looked like a Capri Sun. I realized it's this. It's the thumbs
Because
up.
the thumb is always in
Oh,
between us.
okay.
and it
like
knew.
your beard's a little longer than mine.
Mine's a little bit more
See,
red.
I'm the black guy, though.
Yeah, well, I don't know if he's black, but
Well-
is The Rock black?
Is Dan Bongino black?
He's like Puerto Rican.
Oh, okay. This one looks the least, I think, like us. Of
Yeah,
all
but
the
it's
ones.
two guys doing a podcast.
Okay, all right.
You know.
This is not great audio to listen to.
I know.
What did you type in for this one?
Old timey.
Old timey. Okay, all right. That's old timey. And then, yeah, I hate this one. This
Yeah.
one's awful. I don't know what's going on here. And then,
there any
I don't know.
others?
There's others, but I mean,
That's
here's
the last elephant
Here's
one.
another elephant one where
Yeah.
we're on an elephant. So, but these are all generated by an artificial intelligence.
Yes.
Is painting these somewhere in a room. There's a robot with a color palette. And,
A robot Bob Ross.
a robot Bob Ross is painting these somewhere.
Yeah. And I was shocked. I really was shocked how accurate.
So, like, if you Google image search Lauer Road Radio,
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know.
then what'll come up?
Yeah, it might
You're
be
telling me
pulling from
you
that
don't do that
information.
every day?
No, I don't do that every day.
How often do you Google
Wait,
yourself?
are you? I thought you were a Bing guy.
I am a big guy.
Being himself.
I prefer to Google myself.
I never allow it to search where I'm at. So yeah, this is what comes up like
Yeah.
when you Google image search. So,
it's probably grabbing our images.
it's grabbing those images, but we have hats there, but we're bald here, so that's helpful.
It knows.
Unfortunately, we do have the picture of Jesse floating around in the middle of it as well, so that's not good. Okay, all right.
So we have an online presence.
Yeah.
And artificial intelligence knows it.
A lot of Matt Lauer, maybe he made it in there. He's bald too, so
Yeah.
Okay, so
We do not associate with Matt Lauer at all.
I
we
mean,
don't.
unless he wants to be on the show. And then I'd have him on the show. You tell me you wouldn't have Matt Lauer on the show? You
No.
wouldn't have Matt Lauer on Lauer Road Radio
Yeah,
if
I
he
would.
wanted to
I
come
would.
on? Of course
Yeah.
you would.
He's done some horrible things.
Yeah, but so is Katie Couric. And we could get into that. We'd be like,
We'll be
we're
grilling
like
them.
behind the yeah.
Yeah.
Now's the time for you to be in the hot seat. That's what we'll say.
So listen, the truth is, it's only getting better. The artificial intelligence is improving.
I think you mean it's only getting more skilled.
Yeah.
Better might not be the word.
So Harrison, I was really hoping Harrison was going to
it's
be here.
terrifying.
It is terrifying.
And it's creepy.
So listen.
All of those pictures are creepy.
They are
Every
creepy.
post that you post or the text that you send me,
Yeah.
they're creepy. They creep me out.
You got to read my Del Taco thread.
Oh, you have a Del Taco thread?
Yeah, and it's all AI.
Have you been to Del Taco yet?
No, I really want to though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I heard good things.
Yeah. Have you heard good things?
I haven't been there yet.
Okay.
Haven't heard anything.
I think it opened like today, didn't it?
Yesterday.
Yeah,
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
open.
But their online service, the app isn't working.
What?
I know. I just wanted to order online so I can swing through and pick it up.
Speaking of ordering, after church on Sunday, we went to Apple. Do you want to talk about AI more? I don't know what else to say.
No, I was going to say this. So Harrison told me a story because this also got me on the idea that AI could eventually take over. Someone asked AI to reproduce a Joe Rogan podcast, like from scratch.
Yeah.
And it punched out a Joe Rogan audio podcast that sounds like it could be legit. Like it's
Yeah.
close enough.
Have you heard about the Seinfeld show that got canceled?
I did hear about that, yeah.
Do you know about this?
No.
So there's
Like one of
an
the-
AI produced Seinfeld thing that goes 24/7. It's called Forever Seinfeld or something like that.
Yeah.
And AI just produces this show, this kind of like cartoony image type thing,
Like of a stand-up.
of a stand-up. It's
Right.
like the Seinfeld show forever.
Yeah.
And Sunday night, like, I don't know, it's sometime Sunday night on the Seinfeld Forever show, which I guess was really starting to gain some steam. He was talking about how he was going to start doing transgender jokes or something like that. And everyone got upset. And
Yeah.
then the show got canceled. Like, for real, it got canceled.
The AI show got
The
canceled.
AI show got canceled. And then the creators of this Seinfeld Forever said, we're going to go and we're going to
Tweak the algorithm.
Tweak the algorithms a
Yeah.
little bit so this won't happen again.
Yeah. No, the truth is, I think we're probably 5 years away from not knowing the difference.
I disagree.
I think what I like about all of this is that I was just listening to some TED Talks about this, and whenever you listen to smart people talk about AI, they always say like, "Oh, we're going to get the AI to do all the repetitive factory work stuff like that. It's going to take care of everything, and then everyone else, the people, we can do creative stuff like art." But all this AI is just like writing papers,
Yeah, it's
doing
art.
art and writing shows.
It's creativity. It's using
Yeah.
it to be creative.
I like to imagine a future where AI does all the art and people just like mine coal.
Yeah. And we serve.
to feed the machines.
We serve the
There's a lot
AI.
of people that'd be very upset by that, and that
Yeah.
makes me happy.
Yeah.
Well,
West Virginia would be. Their
This
economy
is
would
like
be
an
booming.
Isaac.
Yeah.
We're like living at the begin. Well, this is like the first chapter of an Isaac Asimov book.
Yeah,
What
yeah,
we're
yeah.
in right now is like setting it up.
Yeah.
Where people have no idea what's coming.
Well,
And there's one guy just screaming on a rooftop, just like just trying to let everybody know.
The end is near. He's
it's
holding
happening.
up a sign. Yeah.
That kook. Mm-hmm.
So there's a principle that technology and computing increases or doubles every 6 months.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And man, I'm telling you, like
I still feel like though they like when Jurassic when Jurassic Park came out in like what 94 something like that 95, and when it came out they were like we're not pretty soon they'll be able to make stuff and we can all still tell the difference like. They can generate some things like water and things that maybe you don't know the difference.
No, but here's the thing,
a
like
human, you
even-
cannot generate.
no, they can. Absolutely, they can.
I can still tell the difference when it's like CGI. When it's a human that's
So
been
like
CGI.
Paul Walker died, and they finished the movie with CGI.
Yeah, but you can tell that it's CGI.
Listen, but I mean that was a couple years ago. Also, like Avengers, it's all green screen.
I just think there's something about a human that
Listen,
they're not
I'm
going to
with
be able
you.
to replicate.
No, I don't believe it. With enough information, it will be able to replicate anything. It's just a lack of information at this point. It's not even computing power, because computing power will catch up. There's no doubt, or it'll be massive farms of servers that will be able to process this information.
Until that Chinese balloon drops the nuke, and then we're back to square one.
Yeah.
Did you guys catch that story? I think it was from like a week or two ago. It was about that DARPA AI and in those Marines.
No, I don't know anything about
This is pretty fun. This might put your mind at ease too. That Terminators are a little ways off. So DARPA, they've been working on this AI. This story comes from like 2019, and it's coming out. Some guys like publishing a book about it, and so this AI is like they're trying to put AI in a robot to be like a soldier on the field and detect enemies from afar.
Yeah.
And so they invited these 8 Marines to come out and help train the robot how to detect people. And so they brought these Marines out and they're just, kind of walking around doing people things, just walking around like people and stuff. And you got all the programmers trying to set the parameters for the AI to be able to pick them up. And so they do this for about 6 days. And then they decide like, oh, hey, let's put it up against these Marines and see if it can identify him. So, you put them like 1,000 yards out or whatever. All they have to do is sneak up on the AI, on the robot, without it catching them. And so immediately 2 of the Marines start cartwheeling the whole way towards it. Never
couldn't
catches
recognize
them.
it.
Yeah.
One guy takes some limbs off a tree and just pretends to be a tree and walks like a tree.
That's funny.
And then 2 other guys, they just get in a big box and walk up towards it.
That's funny,
And
because it can't recognize it.
yeah, according to the
There's not
according to
enough
the guy's
input. It's
story.
just an input issue.
Yeah. Apparently they were just giggling the whole time though.
That's funny.
So-
So have you seen the robot dog AI?
Yeah.
They're using it as security. It's walking around taking pictures and talking to people.
I don't like any of this. I think it should be outlawed, illegal.
China's doing this too with drones. They're flying drones. And,
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
have no doubt that China's all up in this business.
I'm telling you, it's terrifying.
Yes. Terrifying.
I know you're
Yeah.
more scared of it than I am.
Pull the plug. I mean, I'm going to be fine, but
The Amish make a compelling case.
often. The problem is distribution
The Amish?
of their information. It's just hard to get it out.
The Amish.
Yeah, because what are they going to get online
Well,
and
here's
post
the thing.
it?
I really like zippers.
Love
and
a zipper.
They're not zipper people.
They're button people.
Yeah.
They like buttons.
I'm not against a button. I like a good button.
Yeah.
I do like a zipper. Amish don't have zippers.
What about how do they feel about Velcro?
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. That's a space.
Yeah, I don't really know.
No, I think that's a space age technology.
So they're not. They would
probably not Velcro people.
Okay. Well, I can't go there. I need Velcro.
I feel like if the AI can write anything that's anything better than what's on TV now, then
Well,
it
I
will.
welcome our AI
Okay.
overlords. Like, bring it on.
Yeah. So
They could. Do you think in 10 years AI can create something better than the Rings of Power?
yes, today they could.
That's a low bar.
That's a very
My
low
2-year-old
bar.
can do that.
Yeah. So listen, we don't talk a lot about church type of stuff, but we're all involved into different church activities and
Religions,
and some are Jewish and Catholic and Methodist. We're all different sorts.
I had a 2-hour conversation with the Catholic priest this week. It was very interesting.
Okay.
I asked.
You drilled him on the Apocrypha.
I drilled him on the Pope for about 2 hours. I had a lot of Pope questions. I was like, "What's Pope even mean?" But he had answers.
So the 7 deadly sins, is that just a Catholic thing, or is that
What's
like all
the deal
of us?
with that?
So listen, in the AI, I said, please compose a worship song
You did this?
I did, and it punched out the lyrics to a worship song, and I read it, verse, chorus, bridge, verse, ending,
sure. Uh-huh.
and it's legit. Like it's brand new. No, it's artificially intelligent, and
I don't like it. It's something about it like makes me throw up in my mouth, and that made it even worse.
I
That
know,
was the
but
worst of all the things that you said so far. That was the worst one.
Yeah,
I don't like it.
If Tomlin sang one of his songs, and you're like, "Oh man, this is a great song," and he came out and said, "Oh, listen, I didn't write this."
I don't know the last Chris Tomlin song that I heard. Okay,
I don't know.
What is
I mean,
this,
who's your
2005?
favorite guy?
Why's it got to be a guy?
Kenny Marks.
Love Kenny Marks.
Yeah.
The party's over. That's the only song I know.
It's fun while it lasts.
You're a
but
Wes.
it ain't no fun no more.
Hey.
I'm more of a Stephen Chris Chapman guy.
You're a Wes Anderson guy.
I love. Listen,
No, Wes
King.
King.
Yeah.
You like Wes King.
Wes King.
All right, Jason. I don't want to talk about this anymore because it makes me sad and freaks me out. This week we went to Applebees. No big deal. And we were sitting at Applebees, and Erica ordered her food. She ordered for her meal, which, I don't know. I guess if you want to criticize this, you can. For her meal, she ordered the sampler platter as a meal.
I've done that.
Instead of, that's not a bad, I get no problem with that.
Yeah. It's like, what, $12?
Yeah, it was unlimited boneless wings.
Ooh.
So I just went with that, and I said, challenge accepted. And I ordered,
Which is not wings, by the way. It's just chicken breast.
It's just big chicken nuggets dipped in sauce, but unlimited is unlimited. And what I noticed is the first ones that they bring out to you are there's a little bit more chicken wings, and then there's some fries.
Yeah.
They're good fries.
Yeah.
And then the other orders, they have like 3 or 4 chicken wings and crappy fries, like the crinkle, like White Castle fries. They're like a completely different French fry.
Yeah.
They're trying to fill you up with those fries. If you go to Applebee's to get the unlimited wings, don't eat the fries. Just that's a filler.
Yeah, it's a filler.
It's just for the wings. So I just kept them coming. Come on, I want another one. I'll take it.
And you were telling me earlier your back hurts. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know.
Just shoving my face with these wings.
I can't be related.
And these fries were good, but these fries were awful. I still ate them.
Yeah, I did not eat the fries. So
you took them home to eat.
I'm not a
later.
chump. Yeah, right. Because if you deep fry them in butter later, it's way better. Anyway, so we're at Applebee's, and I ordered the things, and Erica, for her order, she said, which I've just never heard anybody order like this before.
Okay.
It was just like, why did you say it that way?
Yeah.
She looked at her menu and she's like, well, I can't get it. She goes, I'm going to eat the sampler platter. And I was like, I've been at restaurants hundreds of times in my life. I've never heard anyone. Technically, you're right. That's technically true what you said.
Yeah.
But it's such a weird way to order it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna eat the. I'm like, why did you say it that way? It was just
the
such
entire platter.
I'm going to eat the sampler platter. Like, well, not if she doesn't bring it to you. So maybe you should ask her to bring it to you first.
I would like to order the sampler platter.
I think that's normal people would say, but
Yes.
and I've just been thinking a lot about that. It's just been like, I don't know, very funny to me.
Just rethinking everything.
Why is that something? Because it's technically true.
Yeah.
But it just seemed. Have you ever heard anybody say that?
No.
As if like some other verb was going to fit there.
Yes.
Like, I'm going to juggle
Right.
the sampler platter.
Yes.
Well, I would like
just
to
in
try
case, just
the
in
sampler
case,
platter.
just in case you wondered what I'm going to do with it when you bring it to me. I'm going to eat it. Yeah, I'm not.
I'm going to take pictures of it.
Well, that happens too.
That does happen.
Mm-hmm.
I always take pictures of my food.
You do?
Yeah.
What would you say is the Mount Rushmore of the Applebee's equivalent restaurant? Applebee's, Chili's, TGI Fridays, Red Robin,
Cheddar's.
Cheddar. Well, I don't know if Cheddar's is as popular nationally.
Yeah.
I don't think I've even been to one.
Cheddar's,
one in Mansfield, I think.
I like Cheddar's, but it's not. I don't think it.
Red Robin.
I would say Red Robin would be mine.
Probably.
Yeah.
Or what about Olive Garden?
Those are all. No, Olive Garden's different. These are like American themed grill restaurants.
Okay, I got you.
And I think that Applebee's, TGI Fridays, Chili's.
What was that Dick Clark's place?
I like Dick Clark's.
What was that called?
I think it was called Dick Clark's.
That was a great place.
I like Dick
I don't
Clark's.
think it's around anymore.
I don't think
though.
it's around anymore.
Yeah.
I went there.
American.
I went there
Bandstand or
for
something?
my senior prom. That's where I went to eat.
With Michelle.
No. With somebody that I don't remember what her name was. She's a friend of Andy Ballinger's. Her dad was the pastor of the Nazarene Church at the time.
Okay.
And I showed up and I said, I'm taking your daughter to prom. Put out my cigarette in his living room. And I said, come on, babe. And she didn't dance with me.
Loaded up in your Ford Taurus station wagon.
Yeah. And I said, just push those McDonald's wrappers to the side, babe. No, but seriously, I did go to that. You
drove all the way down there just for dinner?
You know, Andy had a friend, and they let him borrow their Lexus. And he was very excited about driving the Lexus.
Yeah.
And
So you and this chick was making out in the back seat. Or you and Andy rode in the front seat, and the girls rode in the back?
I think that's what happened. If I remember, honestly, I do think that's what happened. I didn't really know her. So it was more like, she wants to go, and Dan, we think you should come. So, so I went.
She has nobody to go with.
I don't remember her name.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure it out later.
We had a few laughs. Anyway, all right. So what do you got before we do? We could do Netflix.
Let's go and hit Netflix because we're running out of time.
Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Netflix, watch these shows with us. Netflix, or maybe Hulu Plus. Or maybe Amazon Prime or something like that, like YouTube. Or we don't want to put a box around what you watch, so you never know.
Jason, what is your Netflix suggestion of the week?
Found on Amazon Prime. Brand new. Just came out.
Okay.
The Nate Bargatze.
Oh, Nate Bargatze. You
Yeah.
could say his name right. That's okay.
Nate Bargatze.
Yeah, Nate Bargatze.
That's what I said. Nate Bargatze.
Yeah. Nate the Bargatze.
Nate Bargatze. It's called Hello World. It's
Yeah.
a stand-up.
Is that a play off of Hello Friends?
Yeah, so he actually did like 3 different specials in a row. I think Hello Friends, Hello America, and Hello World. So he's getting bigger. So the next one will be like Hello Universe.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's very, very funny. Did you watch it?
I haven't watched it yet. I've been saving it for a rainy day.
Yeah, I sent it to you and watched it. It's probably an hour, 20 minutes, maybe a little bit less than that, maybe an hour. Fantastic.
He's
Nate's
great. He's one of the best 5 probably comedians working right now.
Yeah. The things, I love it. He's clean.
Yep.
Right? He is our age. He's actually exactly my age.
Mm-hmm.
We're born same year.
Same year.
1979.
It's a good year.
Great year. Jimmy Carter. Come on.
Well,
I mean, second worst president ever.
behind.
Our current. The former vice president, Joe Biden.
Okay.
And not far off from Harding.
Harding's right there.
He's in Mount Rushmore, the worst presidents ever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyways, he's clean. He's a family guy. He's about our age. So all the jokes land.
Sure. Yeah.
Like, same frame, same reference and stuff. So
he kind of grew up in church like we did.
He played sports. He's dumb like us.
Yeah.
I think the biggest difference is he's Nashville.
I think
So he's got like a
socioeconomically we're pretty similar. Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's got way more money than us.
No, currently he does, but I'm saying like the way that he grew up seems to be very similar to the way that we grew up.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's got a great bit, and I won't ruin it, but the premise of it, thank you, is the oldest child, they're the hardest on him. And Nate was the oldest child. And then by the time you get to child 2 and 3, it becomes easier and easier, and they have more and more freedom. We've noticed that in our own house.
Sure.
I was very strict, very firm with the older 1 or 2.
Right.
And Teddy does whatever he wants.
Yeah.
So
It happens.
yeah. So Nate Bargatze.
Nate Bargatze. For someone
Amazon
who listens
Prime.
to Nate Bargatze as much as he does, it's weird that you don't know how to say his name.
I actually don't listen that much.
Okay.
I used to.
Nate Land, I'm a big fan. Nate, I
like
watch
it,
it every week. I listen to everything, and you should have us on sometime.
Yeah.
And we'll give you your
Domain back.
your website domain back. Do you know this, Brett?
No.
I own NatelandPodcast.com.
Okay.
I also own the NateLandPodcast.com.
And if you go to natelandpodcast.com or the natelandpodcast.com, it redirects you to LauerRoadRadio.com.
It's just business.
Listen,
business.
it's not personal.
And we're happy to give it back
yeah.
to you, Nate. And we don't want any money.
no.
We just want to come on the show.
It's a 1-and-1.
Yeah, you
We
come on our show.
Yeah.
You come on, vice
Listen,
versa.
we'll drive to Nashville.
Home and away. We'll drive to Nashville,
Yeah.
and we will drive you here. We're not
Yeah.
going to fly you, but we'll drive
We'll
you.
drive you. It'll be a fun trip.
Yeah. I've got a 2007 Toyota Sienna. You're going to have to get in on the right side door because the left side door handle is broken. But, it's surprisingly
Scoot those
responsive.
McDonald's wrappers over.
Nate doesn't mind a McDonald's wrapper.
He probably hit a
That's
couple
what
on the way.
That's what I like about Nate.
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah, no, but seriously, Nate, we'll give you the domain back.
I'm not looking for money.
No, we don't want money. I mean, if you'd rather give us a certain amount of money,
I'd rather
go on the show.
like $1 million. That's what the show is worth.
Sure. Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
So
I'm not saying there's a number for everything.
yeah.
I mean, you could, someone could put a check in front of me today and say, take this check and leave.
I think what would be funny is like if their lawyers came to me with, we'll buy it for $10,000 or whatever. We sign all the papers and they just bought the NateLandPodcast.com, but they didn't buy NateLandPodcast.com.
Morons. Yeah. Now we got to find the person that's got this next one. All right. Look that one up, Ted.
It's the same guy.
All right. My Netflix suggestion of the week is found on Apple TV Plus.
Yeah, everything has a plus. Hulu Plus.
It's a plus. Daily
Disney
Wire Plus. Disney
yeah.
Plus. Netflix Plus.
YouTube Premium.
Hulu Plus.
Everything's a plus. I don't like it.
I don't understand it. But anyway, it is found on Apple TV Plus. And it's a movie starring Thomas Hanks. And it's called Finch. Have you seen it?
Is that like futuristic?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw it.
It's very good.
Yeah.
We liked it a lot. It's funny.
He's got like a robot friend.
Heart-wrenching.
Yeah.
It's post-apocalyptic.
Listen, those are my favorite.
There has been a solar flare.
I like current apocalyptic and post.
Yes, you're a big fan.
Not a big pre guy.
Yeah. When we've been over this. I don't know. Brett, do you know this? There are 3 categories of movies: pre-apocalyptic, apocalyptic, and post-apocalyptic.
Those are the only 3 types.
Every movie falls in one of those categories.
Yeah, that tracks.
So that's how I categorize movies.
I like the apocalyptic and the post-apocalyptic.
So
Those
would
are
you
my
say
favorite.
Nate Bargatze's comedy special, would you call it apocalyptic? Because we're kind of in the middle of something right now.
That it's like preliminary apocalyptic.
Oh, so
Yeah.
it's kind of like a
early
subgenre
stages, yeah.
of apocalyptic.
Yeah, the
Okay.
early stages of apocalypse.
But his previous comedy specials
Oh,
were,
those pre-apocalyptic.
those are
Yeah.
I can't wait for the
Oh,
post-apocalyptic
listen, the
Nate
post-apocalyptic.
Bargatze.
That's gonna be fantastic.
Like just him standing on rubble.
with a megaphone. It's
a
not even
microphone
electrified.
that's
It's
not plugged in. That's just like cut off at the bottom. He's got like a tie on sideways. Like
holes in his jeans.
he's like holding, a human head decapitated.
Yeah.
It's just chaos going on.
Yes.
He's eating a Twinkie. So what's next? What's next?
Twinkies, huh?
What's the deal with Twinkies? Am I right? Everything else went.
They said they were going to last, and they did.
Boy, did they. This guy knows what I'm talking about, and he takes a gun out and shoots him. You know what? This is actually, there's something here.
There is something
if
there.
Nate would...
Come on, listen.
Nate, we're willing to talk.
Yeah.
Okay? Jason will punch all of those details into AI, and it'll give you a really good comedy special. It's going to be excellent.
Yeah, the post-apocalyptic Nate Lynn special.
Yeah. It'll be Goodbye World. It's what the name of it will be. All right. Anyway, it's called Finch, and there has been a solar flare, and you can't go outside. Everything is dead. If you go outside, your skin starts to burn immediately in the sun, and everything is dying. There's no, and people all kind of killed one another or just died out from hunger, except Tom Hanks is like really smart. And then he builds this robot, and he's got a friend, and he's got a dog. And it's like Castaway in the sense that
Post-apocalyptic Castaway.
it's just mostly, it's a lot of Tom Hanks, but the robot's great.
Yeah.
Love the robot.
Yeah.
It's a real heart-wrenching movie.
Yeah.
Erica cried like 5 times during the movie. It was a real tearjerker at different times. And we really liked it. It was very good. I would highly recommend
It was very good.
that anybody watch it. It
Yeah.
was very good.
Brett, have you been watching anything? Netflix, Amazon, Hulu?
I just watch YouTube anymore.
Yeah, I
Just
catch myself
tons of
doing that
YouTube.
more and more.
What do you watch on
Yeah.
YouTube?
Oh man, I'm subbed to like 300 channels.
I had to unsubscribe to a lot of things because it was just like I would look at my subscriptions, and I don't like the fact that, and maybe I can change this. We don't need to work this out now, I guess, but I don't like the fact that on my subscriptions, their stories are showing up on my subscriptions. I don't want the 15-second Daily Wire stories.
Yeah.
Like I'm not interested in those.
Yeah.
You know, I was subscribed to too many things, and so I unsubscribed to a lot of things to kind of like I don't actually watch this or whatever. So, yeah, okay.
So I was or do you have something else?
No.
I was reminded of a game that we played when we were kids, teenagers. And I feel like I need to introduce it to my own kids because they're of the age
Where
where
we take turns punching each other in the arm.
very close.
Okay.
Very close. Do you remember playing doorknob
No.
for safety?
No.
Okay. So the game works like this. If you were to fart, like right now, yeah, don't do it. But if that was to happen,
I can't.
I yell doorknob.
Oh.
I get to hit you until you run and touch a
Touch
doorknob.
a doorknob. Okay.
Right? But if you fart and say safety before I say doorknob,
Then I get to punch you.
no, then you're safe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I don't get to punch you.
Oh, I do remember this.
You remember
now.
that game? Mm-hmm. So listen, we've had many, many hours. Have you heard of that game?
No.
It's great. It's a great teenage boy game.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, like next time you're at camp with, bunkhouse, that's a fantastic one. And a lot of times a door handle is not a doorknob.
Ah.
So that's fantastic too. Sometimes they have to run out of the cabin and go touch the bathroom doorknob, and guys are just wailing on them.
See, half the reason I even go to camp is to punch teenagers. Yeah, this is great. I mean,
It's fantastic. So it's called doorknob,
Right.
and you just catch people when they fart. And in a boys' dorm, there's going to be lots of it.
Gonna happen.
Yeah, so
Gonna happen.
I'll remind you before, because that's a fun one.
I was at the Apple store this week. When was the last time you went to the Apple store?
It's been years.
I think it's a cult. Am I wrong?
No, it is.
It is
Yeah.
a cult.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
It's super culty in
Now,
there.
listen, I love Apple.
Uh-huh.
Most of my products are Apple,
Yeah.
but I'm not going to the Apple store.
Well, Michaela had some Beats headphones
Yeah.
that we got her for Christmas, and they weren't holding a charge. And Apple.
You didn't go with the AirPod Pro or the...
No, we went with these Beats, and they're very nice, but because Levi got the same kind and he loves them, but they're not holding a charge. So apparently Apple owns Beats.
Yeah.
And so we had to take it into the Apple store, and it was the whole thing, and then we had to go back and get them. But as I'm in there, the whole thing felt so creepy. It felt like, honestly, I looked at Erica. I was like, "Do you think this is like a Severance situation? Like these people don't know that they actually are here."
Yeah.
When they're gone, like it is so creepy. The whole thing is so creepy.
It really
the
is.
clothes that they're wearing are all Apple kind of branded, but none of them are exactly the same.
Yeah.
But I've never seen those clothes like out in nature. You know what I'm saying? Like
You're not on the rack at the
I
store.
don't think they're allowed to wear them
Yeah.
outside of the store. Everyone's just a little too nice and accommodating,
Yeah.
too smiley, I just don't like it.
I was in an Apple store one time.
And they're walking around with their iPads, and they're like, "Oh, let me get that for you." And
Yeah.
I just don't like it.
Now, I was in one time because Estelle's phone, the battery needed to be replaced, and it was under warranty.
Yeah.
So we took it, dropped it off, went back and picked it up. And when I went to go back to pick it up, guess who I saw sitting in front of the Apple store as he was waiting on his family?
Matt Neff,
You'll never guess. No.
Jason Westbrook.
Yeah, keep guessing. This
Jack-
could be the rest of the show. No. Clark Kellogg.
Really?
I really did, yeah.
I once met Clark Kellogg too.
Well, I didn't say I met him.
Oh, okay.
I saw him.
Uh-huh.
And I felt like if you're famous like that,
Yeah.
and Clark Kellogg's famous.
Especially in Columbus.
Especially
I'll
in
bet
Columbus.
Brett doesn't know who Clark Kellogg is.
Do you know Clark Kellogg?
I have no idea.
Yeah, he's a basketball player, played for the Buckeyes, but then went on to play some pro ball.
Yeah,
He's very
but-
good.
But then very famous too as a broadcaster.
Yes, very probably more known as a broadcaster.
Yeah.
Well, I saw him there, and he's waiting on his family in the Apple store, and I really wanted to talk to him.
But you didn't do it.
No, it wasn't because I was scared either. I'm respecting his space.
Hmm.
You know.
Do you remember at our church growing up, we had like a 7-week revival? Do you remember that?
Yeah,
Like when we were in high school?
Like week 8, people stopped getting saved.
Like week 8, it was
Yeah.
just like, what do we all kind of like woke up. We're like, why are we going to church
Wait.
every night?
Cult? What'd you say?
Everyone just went. Anyway, he came. One of the nights.
Oh, I don't remember that.
And I was on the parking crew.
Yeah.
And I parked his car, and he came out. I was like, hey, you it's you.
My name's Dan.
I'm kind of, do you think you could talk to Brandy Ayers for me about, I got a pretty good crossover.
You know who else I saw during that same time frame at church?
Who?
Jym Ganahl.
But he didn't know he was going to a non-Catholic church.
He thought he was going to a Catholic church.
Because the name of the church was Christ the King. Sounds Catholic.
Oh, yeah.
And he's very Catholic. He walked in.
He stayed
he's
5 minutes.
He's like, why are there drums here? I recently commented on Jym Ganahl's Facebook
Very
page.
mean, by the way. I think it was very mean.
Well, Jym Ganahl was like, it was like on his Facebook feed, he was like, looks like we're going to get some more sun next week. Temperatures going up, but it's February, so look for more.
For anybody that doesn't know, he's our local weatherman.
He's the local weatherman. He's like, so look for some cold weather to blow in sometime next week. And I'm like, Jim, do you really think people are like pulling up Facebook and going to your page and scrolling down so they can get the weather forecast? Like, do you think that that's really happening? Like, don't you think there's better ways for people to find the weather?
Some people,
like, we all have the internet.
Some people appreciated it.
Yeah. Well, there were like 800 likes on the thing. So maybe it was maybe I was just being a little...
Well, if you don't have a TV, how are you going to get the weather?
Weather.com would be one way.
Okay.
Like if you're on,
There's probably
if you're
an
on
app for that
Facebook,
too, right?
I mean, I think Facebook itself like just shows you the weather. Why I'm pulling up Jym Ganahl's
Personal
Facebook feed
page. Yeah.
in order to find out what the weather in
Do you
Columbus
follow
is.
him? How'd you even see it?
Does Lauer Road Radio follow him? Because sometimes I get pushed over on the Lauer Radio page, and I'm operating as Lauer Road Radio.
Him.
Well, that's where I was. So somehow
Did you comment as Lauer Road?
Yes, as Lauer Road. I did not comment as myself. I would not be that rude. When I say something rude as Lauer Road Radio, I just figure people assume it was you.
Yeah.
It's
either me or AI.
I kind of like purposely misspell some things so people are like, oh, that's Jason.
There, and there. Mm-hmm. Mix them all up.
Those are tough, though. No shame in getting a there wrong. All right, this is Dan signing off for Jason, reminding you to always keep your stick on the ice and never wear the blue sweats.
Sip of a sip. Good dog.
I've spoken.
I know. I'm fascinated by it because I want to try to get it. So, like...